Okay, hey everybody, and welcome to the Pallet Shed. I'm Matt. So the title of the video is how I'm looking at the cat. Luca, Luca. Luca's getting into my stuff. Come on, buddy. Get back over here. There's Luca. Hey everybody. So how playing guitar helps with my mental health. And now this is like when it helped for immediate help. Because, you know, everybody's gonna tell you, which is true, that doing something creative like playing guitar, painting, anything creative is gonna help you with your mental health. I mean, even if you've got no mental health problems, if you know, everybody should be doing something creative. So with my mental health, I was diagnosed bipolar type 2, which means, as far as I know, I get the depressed part, but I don't get manic. Well, I do get manic, but it's just, I get irritable. I don't have this high where I accomplish all this stuff for 2 days and don't sleep. I just get irritable. And then, you know, I have bad social anxiety. Some people think it's slightly autistic. I don't know. Not been diagnosed that. I know I have some OCD traits. Basically, yeah, I got issues. So, and then guitar I've been playing since I was 17. Self-taught. You know, back when I picked it up, you know, I had one book. We had Guitar Player magazine that came out once a month, and it had some 4 songs the tab 4 songs, and you know, that's how we learned. And talking to friends, I had one friend that got lessons, but you know, like today, they're expensive. So if I'm like in a real bad place mentally and my thinking's just all chaotic and negative, and I'm beating myself up in my mind and just having sort of that despair feeling, you know, nothing's appealing at all. And I get that, and something I can do, you know, if I can immediately pick up the guitar, it's gonna help me. So one thing I have to do is make it as accessible as possible. You know, if I've got to get it out of the closet or pull the amp out of the closet or just tune, you know, like I hadn't played in so long, it's gonna be all nasty and out of tune and dusty. I'm not gonna do it. So I keep a guitar by the bed with one of those little headphone amps that you can get off Amazon. They range as cheap as $20 to $150. You know, you can get some pretty nice ones that have a lot of features. I have a Nux MP something. I'll put it in the description. It's about $70, and it's got everything I need. I mean, they're fun and they sound good. You can jam along with stuff. But for me, you know, I can just grab the guitar and play. So what I got to do when I'm in negative thinking, because that's the last thing I feel like doing. But I just tell myself, just pick it up, 5-10 minutes, that's it. Just give it a try. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, you know, and pat yourself on the back for trying, you know, and that's the best you can do. Because some days you're just not going to have it in you. And what I do is I find a lick, or I have a lick on YouTube saved, or I'll have a few saved. I can just go to something like that, or there's a scale I want to learn, or a chord that I want to practice and learn. I'll find something that involves memorization, something that's going to take some focus. And what I do, I'll work on that for 10 minutes. And what I find it does, it breaks the thought pattern up. That where I was, my mind's snowballing, building up momentum, going down the negative road, and it distracts my brain because I can't be thinking those negative thoughts and then fully concentrating on, or concentrating the best I can on learning, memorizing something. And what it does for me, it just breaks that chain of thoughts and pulls me out of it enough that I might have a window of opportunity to maybe do something else, you know, take 10 minutes to clean something. You know, it gives me that window. If it doesn't work and I don't follow it up, it's okay, because I did play, I did something productive, and maybe a few hours later I'll try it again. If my thinking just gets me down again, it just will give me that relief from that shitty thinking, and I'll be learning something. So that's one thing I do. And then the second thing I do that really can help your playing and has helped mine is I'll lean into the emotions. So obviously I'm feeling something pretty intensely emotionally, even though it's going to be negative, but I can channel that pain or just despair or anxiety into the whatever I'm playing, whether it be trying to make up a chord progression or soloing, improv soloing. And if you don't know a lot of scales, if you can just find something on YouTube that's just 4 notes to bounce between, that's all you need. And you want to keep it simple. You don't want to be thinking with your analytical mind about scales and degrees and all that stuff. You want to keep it simple, just and focus in on how you're feeling. And what I found over time, it just puts you in tune with playing and your emotions. It just starts happening naturally more and more. And also what I've found is I'm taking something very negative inside me and creating music and creating something moving and beautiful, you know, because Wendy's listened to some of my jams. When I say listen to this, she'll sometimes be able to tell me what I'm feeling, like if I'm angry or nostalgic or whatever. And some of them just brought her to tears. So obviously telling me, you know, this is working, working for me, so I don't see why it wouldn't work for anyone else. So also, you know, it's important, you really want to keep it simple, have a lot of space, you know, just let the music breathe, don't force it, you know, just hold the note and just feel that feeling. And it's quite amazing. And also it can get a lot of that negativity out of you, and that's huge. So yeah, so that's some of the stuff I do for the immediate get out of this head crap, chaotic mind that I'm in when my mental health has just gone to shit. It can give me relief and I can benefit from it and become better at playing guitar and expressing my emotions through the guitar. So anyway, I'll do a little jam now, you know, kind of demonstrate. At least I'll try and, you know, put some of the stuff that I've been feeling the last couple of days into it and give it sort of an example, or just me doing it. Alright, so I'm going to cut it right there so I can just sort of set up and get this going. And alright, I'll be right back. Where am I going? I can turn it off with my phone. Okay, so we're gonna do a little jam here. It's A to C sharp 7 to F sharp minor, then C, D, and then repeats. Sort of a kind of melancholy kind of chord progression. So yesterday, well, a year ago, my mom had passed away, and this past fall and winter I moved a lot of stuff into the storage container on our property. So I was needing to get all the photographs out of there, excuse me, to get them inside so, you know, the humidity wouldn't damage them. So that's what I've been doing the last couple nights, because we've got a little bit of a a low humidity cold front that just went through. And you know how, especially when you're older, going through old pictures where you see your childhood and even your parents' childhood, it kind of can create some nostalgic feelings. So I'm kind of in that, still kind of got that lingering. So I'll kind of lean into that. And just remember now, yeah, listen careful. Well, listen careful. When you do this, the more you do it, the easier it comes, where eventually you don't even really think about it, and you can really put motion in your art, music, when you know, it just becomes more and more natural. Uh-oh, I got cows coming up behind me. I just gotta make, I don't want them to come up right behind me. And then also, it's just a powerful experience taking your pain or anxiety or emotion and creating art, music with it. It really kind of cleanses your soul, gets a lot of that out of you, and then you've created something amazing out of it. And you know, don't focus too much on technical stuff. Keep it simple where you can sort of feel it. Now, a disclaimer, I did play through this progression a little while ago, just jammed over it by myself for about 10 minutes. Well, just because I've tanked so bad on some of these one takes, I wanted to at least be kind of in it a little bit, that way I can not think about it, if that makes sense. The more you can get your analytical mind out of the way, the more the emotion will come through. Try not to worry what other people will think of it. You know, just play through the mistakes. Yeah. Alright, let's give it a try. So, okay. So I gotta turn the recorder on. And then that's so I can match the video. And then that's my extent of editing. Match the audio to the video, then I hand it to Wendy. She does her editing magic. She's doing great learning. It's been less than a month, and when we got a new laptop, you know, Wendy hasn't messed with the computer in forever, and you know, she had to learn just how to get around on it. So she's doing great. Anyway, here we go. Turning on some tremolo, and some reverb. I have to listen back. I gotta turn the recorder off. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick run through of my little setup. Alright. Hopefully I can make this. If you see me, okay. So, it's my Epiphone Les Paul. I got a super distortion in the bridge and Amazon cheaper P90 up in the neck. I think Fedor, something like that. Then there's my vape stuff and my coffee. So it runs into this DOD Fuzz. I can't pronounce the name. I had that on at the end. The overdrive was this Demonfx zdrive. Any of this stuff, if you want a demo of, I can do it. Then it ran into these two flamma pedals. They're cheap and off Amazon. They're decent. So I had the mod on trim with those settings. And then the reverb, I had it on church with those settings. Then I ran into the Boss RC5 where the drums were in the loop. Then I run into this Leo James IR box. So here I split the signal, and this one goes straight into the input of this Zoom H1 XLR, while the other one runs to this Pyle SM57 clone that costs maybe 15 bucks. And then I'm running into a Fender Blues Junior with those settings. And I've got a Celestion, what is it? It's the, I can't even see. G12H 30 watt. Yeah. And then basically from the Zoom, I run it. I'm not going to do any editing, or I don't really use a DAW, so basically I'm just going to hook the Zoom up to the computer and drag it straight to the desktop and drag it straight to the video. So that's that. That's the bass I used. It's Wendy's bass. It's a Squire Jag. It works good. It sounds good. I didn't use any of those pedals. All right, the cows. Let's see. I kind of ran them off. All right, and that is it. Let me. There you are. All right. Well, thanks for joining me. Give that a try. I guarantee it'll help your playing and it'll help your mental health. It helps me. That's what I can tell you. And I don't see why it wouldn't help anybody else. And you guys have a great day. Take care. I'll see you soon. All right.